Yes,
We're ready.
Okay.
Yes, Chef,
Yes,
go.
Chef.
Yes, Chef.
We're ready, we're online. All right, we're gonna call the Central Board of Architectural Review July 18th hearing to order. Actually, we're not that bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we have any members of the public who wish to address the board regarding an item that is not on today's agenda? Let's see, check online.
We do not have any public comment.
Okay, member recusals. Okay, agenda status report.
No changes to the agenda.
Wonderful. Minutes. I was not here, so I cannot make the motion.
Nora.
All right.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Since I was here.
Okay,
I'll second.
he made the motion. Andrew seconded. All in favor?
I'm
Abstaining. I was halfway here. I was only here for 2.
Doesn't matter. You were here. If you can't vote, we don't have 3 votes.
Okay,
Yes.
approved.
You're just approving the minutes.
Which you reviewed. Which I reviewed. yes.
Right,
Thank you.
yes.
Even though I
Okay.
wasn't.
And I think Lowell and I and
Yeah.
Puck all abstained.
Abstain.
Okay. Informational briefings. I received the new hearing schedule for next year. If anybody would like a copy, it's the draft at this point.
I provided them with the copy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody should have it.
Thank you, Teresa.
Okay.
Yeah,
Since I haven't gotten
Perfect,
one
Just
for
in
years.
case.
so take a quick look. If you have any comments, if you let me know at the end of the meeting, I'll be sure to get back to David with them. I looked at it and didn't see any huge,
Does the Zoom rule still apply?
yeah.
2 weeks, is it? You have to give notice?
2-week notice?
Well, it has to be, I can check on the timing.
What was it again?
Zoom,
How much notice do you need if they need to attend by Zoom to
Just,
publish the location?
1 week?
yeah, just before I send out the agenda.
It has to be on the agenda.
Okay,
So
do we have to
usually
give the
release it
address
on
where we
Friday.
are?
Yes, you
Yes.
do.
What if we're in the mountains and there's? no
Doesn't matter.
address?
or a hospital.
Coordinates.
Coordinates, yeah, I'll get the coordinates.
The requirement for the address is because you are a part of the board and therefore you're part of a public hearing. And you're taking an action, as I understand it, I could be totally wrong, but this is what I thought I understood. You have to be able to provide facility at your location where you're joining for any member of the public who wishes to attend.
Okay, that
So
could be
anybody-
problematic, but-
Wow,
Anybody who wishes to attend can come to your location and view the meeting the same way you are.
Thanks for-
welcome to
thanks
the
for a heads up.
Adirondacks.
Okay, yes, exactly. Yeah, that's the whole point, right? Okay? And if you have any questions about what that would look like if someone actually, what you have to provide, talk to staff. They'll be happy to tell you, okay? Or
Yeah.
council.
David.
The only reason you wouldn't have to put the address on the agenda like prior to getting released is when it's an emergency. Like if, for instance, you find out you have COVID, but you still want to attend remotely. So,
But you still have to make it before you send out the agenda.
no, not that one.
No.
That one you would just have to state it during the meeting.
Oh, okay, so if
Yeah.
something happened with Jim and I had to go somewhere else.
Technically, that doesn't qualify. Talk to council to find out what qualifies. COVID qualifies because you're contagious.
But not sole caregiver.
No,
Okay,
just like sole
You just
proprietor.
have COVID.
I'm sorry, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
very, very narrow exception.
all
which is-
right.
Understood.
It's meant to be onerous. Okay, by law. Okay, so everybody has that. I don't have anything else. Any other briefings? No, okay. Staff update.
Hi, good morning. This is Chris. I'm the staff planner for today. That's probably the biggest update. Nicole's out, so I'm covering for her. And I'm excited to take the minutes today.
Okay, have you staffed us before, Chris?
Yeah, this will be my third time, so I'm familiar with your process.
Well, I just meant, are you familiar with me? I know that's egocentric, but if you have something you need to say, please just go ahead and, don't hesitate to unmute yourself and say, excuse me, I have something to add, okay?
Yeah, I will jump in when I need to, and I'll be taking minutes, and we can go over those at the end and revise them for next time.
Wonderful. Okay, so we're gonna head to the standard agenda. I'm just gonna go over this right now because we do have a number of people here in the audience who are present here today in the room who may wish to understand a little bit more about our process. This review board is for design. We're not the planning commission, we're not the board of supervisors. This is usually the first step in a review process, and it's usually the first public hearing, okay? It doesn't mean somebody's gonna get an approval today. We have several levels of review. And the process of the review is we will call the item, the applicant will come up, they will make a presentation either in person or online. We may ask a few questions. Then we'll call for public comment. Okay, that's the point at which, when I call the item, if you think you're gonna be interested at all, it's a good idea to fill that speaker slip out and go ahead and turn it in. You can always say, I have no comment when I call your name, okay? But otherwise, I have to know in advance who wishes to speak. So I'll call for public comment. We generally ask you to, and I'll go over this again right before I do it. We ask you usually to confine your comments to our purview. We usually give you about 3 minutes. Then the applicant sometimes feels the need to have a response to that. We come back to the board and then we have our deliberation, okay? So public comment is open for a period of time and then we're done with it, okay? All right. So the first item is item number 1, 22/93 Rancho Luis Boarding and Training Facility. Do we have somebody present for this?
So you have Peter.
Okay,
online.
perfect. You want to go ahead and I can, we don't have the most recent comments from the last time they were here.
Yeah, last time, hello, my name is Pete Simmons. I'm with Urban Planning Concepts. With me today also is CJ Hortzman and Chris Tarkin, who are the architects who will be giving you the presentation. Yes, we did receive preliminary approval back on June 13th. As far as the board memo, the minutes, I noticed, there were no discussion items that were brought up or for us to really address. So really what's before you today is kind of just the final CBAR approval. We provided the copies of the final irrigation plans and whatnot, but I'll leave this up to CJ to continue with the presentation.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Can you guys hear me okay?
No, could you try again?
Can you hear me now?
You're very kind of intermittent, broken up.
Okay, I'll see. Keep letting me test. Is this any better?
Yes,
Yes.
much better.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, again, like Pete said, CJ Horseman have design group. Grateful to be back at this committee and we are.
No.
Nope, that's not gonna work. I'm sorry, you're breaking up. Now we can't hear you at all.
Do you have a copy? Do you have a copy of the agenda? You may be able to just join dialing in. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah.
I don't know if Chris can, I guess really before you again, again, this is we were requesting final CBAR on this. Before you, it's an existing equestrian facility up in Ballard Canyon that they're looking to add a number of new structures to the facility over time, over the next 10 years. Really, like I said, it's, the architecture of the buildings is exactly what's out there. And now we've provided some additional information on the, I believe, on the architectural plans that CJ's team has put together to kind of get us over that hump, to provide some details and the color and materials that we're proposing. But basically, it's a pretty basic development. It's something that's been existing for the past 30 years. We're having to, this is coming before the county because we're also having to deal with a notice of violation because of the equestrian facility. We have since been approved by the Planning Commission for this project. We've received the preliminary approval. Now we're kind of moving forward through the conditions to address those that have to deal with the notice of violation, this being one of those. But again, this is a development that's existing. They've got a number of buildings that they're adding to that facility. There's 5 of them that they're adding. There's a barn conversion.
I'm gonna stop you because you haven't, what we really need to accomplish today is to move through the drawings that are before us so that we can give
Yep.
you.
If you guys can hear me now, let's go to sheet 25 on the plans here. So PDF page 25. Everything else has been approved that you've seen. So keep scrolling down so you get the page sheet 25 and go over to the it should be labeled CB1 down in the corner. There we go. So this sheet was added to essentially show the details and material specs with the approved colors. All the colors and materials here are to match existing buildings on the site. There's kind of 2 sides of the site. There's the upper portion, what we've been referring to on the site plan, and the lower portion. The upper portion has buildings with gray roof. Please go back to that sheet. Don't change the sheet. We don't need to go over these.
21 is the one that CB1 that has the building materials that you're referring to, CJ.
Yep. CB1. Keep going back.
No, you want to.
Yeah, sheet 21. This looks like 25.
Yeah, it was 21 was the one that had the building materials information on it.
I apologize. My PDF has a different numbering on it. So whoever is driving this thing can go back.
Just getting there.
Yep.
Oh, there are the
Yeah, there you
details.
go.
Bingo. Okay. So you'll see that the materials have been called out. The top buildings on the upper part of the site will have a standing seam metal roof. We have a specification for the roof on the sheet. And the lower parts of the building, or the lower parts of the site, will have a composite roofing with green trim. All the siding will be vertically oriented board and batten, which there's 2 different widths on the site, but we will match according to adjacent buildings. This will have to be a composite material because of the fire requirements for a wildlife urban interface zone. So we can't match exactly the material because a lot of the structures had wood existing, but this will be a composite fibrous cement board and batten. The lighting was approved last time or reviewed last time. Those specs are also still in the same set. And the door handles are just shown there as existing or similar to match existing there on the site. If you go to the next sheet for me, this was also added to the set, which is corresponding trim details and architectural details that will be consistent throughout construction drawings. And I didn't see the sheet change. Can you go to the next page, please?
That is the next page, right?
Okay, maybe there's a delay on the, oh, there we go. Yep. I think there's a delay on the Zoom or my end. I apologize. So this sheet shows our trim details, our inner corners, outer corners, again, consistent with existing buildings on the property for that vertically oriented standing seam or vertically oriented board and batten for the siding, and then the standing seam metal roof details, as well as the composite shingle details and fascia boards. So that is all the changes or the additions to this plan that have not been reviewed, and we're asking for final approval on this set to continue on.
Okay, any questions, short questions by the board members?
No,
Okay, any public comment?
Did you receive any? No.
The slips are up there.
Oh, they're here. We do not have any public comment.
Alrighty. Can you do me a favor, Teresa? Start at the beginning. Let's just look at the whole set, just so we can know what we're approving. We'll just flip through each sheet. This is just a question of flipping. Yeah, keep going. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Can you go back? One more. So, this tractor storage facility, is there, your color board doesn't show red anywhere. Is it meant to be red or is it going to be white?
That's the existing building that's there. That's not part of what we're developing. That's actually an existing building.
I thought so, but I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, there's a, make sure we get all the plans. Yeah, that's our lighting. You guys saw this last week, right? Or last month? Yes?
yes.
Sorry, my hearing wasn't good enough to hear your brains rattle. And I think there's a landscape plan in the other folder.
This is, oh, the other folder. Yeah.
The one that is KP, yeah.
Is it Peter?
Yes.
Yeah, hi. Is it, Denise, is it, just so I know, is it a total of 8 new buildings that you're building over time?
Believe it's 5 new buildings is what we're building over time, over the next 10 years. Because a lot of the buildings are existing that were part of the notice of violation that were, there were paddocks buildings and stuff like that. But I think it's a total of 5 that we're looking to build.
Okay.
So is the final total 42?
The final total is 37. After everything's built on site, will be about 37,451 square feet of structure. That's including the existing stuff right now. With the new stuff that we're dealing with, that's about 9,000 square feet, 9,280 square feet of structures that we're putting on site.
And so the final number of structures is?
The final number total is 37,451.
No, number of buildings.
Number of buildings.
Let's I don't remember how many buildings there actually are.
Yeah, I 37 existing plus 5 new, 42.
Correct, yeah, that's about right, yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to check my math.
Okay. I think we've seen everything. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
All right,
Second.
okay. Any further discussion? Making a motion for final approval?
Yes,
All right,
Thank you.
all right. Item number 2, RK Oaks Ag Barns.
Do we have to vote?
I think
Oh, sorry.
Did we?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you.
Thank you, Vice
Chair.
We were nodding.
But for the record,
For the
let
record.
the record show we actually voted. 25 bar 44 RK Oaks Egg Barns, item number 2.
And then we have, is it Brett Jones?
Yeah. Are you talking,
Tony Cotto
Tony's-
here to present.
Somebody's beeping.
Good ears.
Thank God it's not me.
Yep, it's got me. I had to look twice.
Are you able to hear me okay?
Yes, Tony, we can. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
great, thank you.
So the comment from last time was, given that the property is in a hillside area and the topographic plan has a 5-foot contour interval, please can reconfirm whether or not no grading will truly be required so that it can be included in the project description.
So I think we can refer, good morning, by the way. I believe we can refer to each of the site photos, site-specific photos. It seems to me that there's an error in topos in those areas, not truly 5 feet if you look at the intended locations. So we could zoom into those photos that are on that page. Yeah, so probably photo number 2 and number 4 are the intended locations. So what we've been conscious about is the existing all-weather road that you see there in photo number 4. And the boulder rocks, the stack there, that would be one of the locations. And then number 2, photo number 2 is the other location. So where that garden furniture and things are set up, that's intended for one of the barn locations. It was also to the owner's preference to stay with smaller structures, making it a little bit more easy to screen with the existing oak trees that are along that ridge, as well as the building envelope that we have in that location.
Tony, can you speak to the site photo number 2 and the actual location on the plan?
Yeah, so if you go to that same sheet there, you'll see the directional arrow for each of the photos.
Mm-hmm.
So number 2 specifically, scroll down a little further. So yeah, number 2 is directed towards that furniture, outdoor furniture that's set up right adjacent to photo number 3 symbol or designator.
Mhm.
Yeah, so 2 is directional, showing the southerly barn, and then number 4, where the rock stack is showing the northerly barn for reference. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so 2 is facing southerly, showing that intended location, and 4 is facing northerly direction, showing that barn location.
Okay.
And then I think if you go to the second sheet, you're going to find the building envelope is more well defined. Yeah, there you go. So if we zoom into that site plan, the dashed line there's, as noted, approximate building envelope. Yeah, to the right. There you go. So the building envelope was established at the time of there was an intended lot split on a much larger parcel at 40 acres, now each at 20 acres. So it was imposed that there was a strict building line on each of these parcels.
Okay.
The honeycomb sort of hatching that I indicated there for the existing oak trees, which we can also see in the photos.
Mm-hmm.
And we've added some smaller oak trees just to enhance some of the future screening. Newly planted 15-gallon live oak trees. I know they'll take a while to get to real maturity, but at least they'll be consistent with the surrounding trees.
Okay,
We're also being sensitive about planting anything too close to the structures, primarily because of the animals, and then too, of course, fire setbacks and things of that sort.
okay, let's look at the.
Is that
it, Tony? There
Yeah, if we go back to the previous page there, there was also some additional planting, which at this point is being hand watered because there's not substantial amount of planting. If you could zoom in, please, that'd be great. To the left of the southerly barn, there's been some planting of some toyons, manzanita, other native flowers that were acquired from Manzanita Nursery. So they were selective. And then the finished materials were matched the existing house, which was recently completed, and owners achieved their certificate of occupancy, which is great news. So things have moved along fairly well there. So we'll match the standing seam and then the siding color as well.
To the recently approved building?
Yes.
Mhm. Okay.
So I think with that, that wraps up where we're at today.
Any questions for Tony?
Any photo sims in the plans?
I just had a couple of questions. So the pad elevation is basically plus minus the existing.
Yeah, and I've noted them there on the sections or elevations. So yes.
Okay, and there are no lights at the doors.
At this point, no lighting has been determined. No.
Okay.
I could have sworn on the planner memo or the supplement that they added 20 cubic yards of grading just to have it covered.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the comment.
Loudly.
I believe I saw somewhere that 20 cubic yards of grading was added to the project somewhere. Is it on the unapproved? Is it?
I don't recall that.
Okay. Sometimes they get updated in one place and not on the other, so. There was no planner memo for this or anything.
Yeah, it could have been added in the agenda, but you know, that would be the only spot that perhaps the planner added something there and I'm unaware of it.
Yeah, no worries.
You had a question, Chris?
No, I was just curious about if there are photo sims in there or not in this set. Just drawings.
Just this.
Seems close to the edge. That's the reason.
Teresa, could you go to that elevation that shows the one that shows the hill and this section, thank you.
Is it up?
I think it's the next one.
Keeps going up.
That one.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chris, you're talking about the dash building that you walk out and you're on the slope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah, so we decided that each of the buildings would be at a slightly different elevation due to the topo and that specific location for each barn. So you'll see that delineated that they're at different elevations.
I think what Denise and Chris are talking about is ingress and egress on the downslope side of the buildings.
Correct. Thank you.
Yeah, you step out and you're on a slope. Yeah.
Are there any ingress and egress on those elevations?
Yeah, so if we go back to probably that site plan there, that same sheet, if you zoom in, we've purposely positioned the doors towards the existing driveway.
So that
Scroll
would
down,
be,
scroll down to the elevation.
is that, so, oh, I see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've shown the doors and the access to those structures off the driveway, just for orientation.
If you go to the elevations, next sheet.
I think this may, that may be the best location, the previous sheet.
I think what they're talking about is that sliding door on the back.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Tony, how far are you off the top of bank to building edge? Like 5 feet?
Did you say top of bank?
Before you roll down the hill.
Yeah, let's go back to the side section. That's probably more helpful. Yeah, if we could zoom in there. So the unfortunate thing is that building number 2 that's delineated there is in the foreground. So there's probably a 4 or 5 feet, if you would, from that to right facing dash line where it notes 1385 finished floor.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and then we could go back to the site plan. I imagine that would help to understand this better. Keep going.
Is this one a better picture?
No.
Oh, no, where you were before is fine. Yeah, just scroll down, please.
The one right there with all the numbers on.
Yeah, so it's delineating the southerly barn there, and you can see, for what it's worth, there's some space between the east-facing wall of that barn and the
right.
building envelope. Yes. And then we purposely, on the other northerly barn location, those doors all face towards the driveway or the roadway.
Okay,
So you're not walking out and
I'm good.
doing your face plant?
Yeah, you're not going to tumble down the hill, in other words.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
We went right into discussion, sorry.
No, sorry.
Do we have any public comment? For item number 2?
No, we do not have any public comment.
Okay, board? Any comments? They're here for preliminary and final. No, I didn't see any.
I'll make the motion for preliminary and final.
You want to look at details or anything for?
Yeah, let's do a quick roll through the details. You've got the details for final, Tony?
It's a metal building, so let's see, if you'll go to sheet 3. This is what the manufacturer had given me. So as far as detailing, I do have a roof section there. And it'll all be all metal siding. So the roofing and the siding panels will match that detail in the lower left-hand corner. If you zoom in, if it's necessary, you can see that detail there.
Lower left.
Lower left, yeah.
I think it's just.
It's just corrugated.
It's just
Yeah.
a section of the panel, Tony. It's not a detail.
We get the idea.
Yeah.
I could second that, just if we're moving forward.
Anybody have any further comment?
Could you go back to the site plan? Sorry.
This one?
Just, yeah, no, the site.
Oh, it's the section.
Oh, the bottom section.
This is the site plan, yes. Not just a tip.
It just seems like we should have some screening on the side of the more southerly building.
Down slope, you mean?
On the slope, yeah. Once that's disturbed, and will just be the blank side of the back of the building. I would
You're
prefer
running out
there
of
to be
tree.
some landscaping there.
Yeah, if you'll go to the previous page or the page number 1A-1, there is an oak tree to the south of that barn.
Mhm.
It just
So-
didn't make it to that enlarged site plan.
So you think that's gonna block
That's
the
the
view?
section, we want the site plans, maybe.
Yeah.
Site one.
Number 1, yeah, go up, please.
H1,
Oh, it is page 1.
yes, that right there, that site plan. The one he's talking about.
Yeah, and then off to the lower left, yeah, just
Oh, here.
Yes. There you go.
there.
Scroll down, keep going.
Almost there.
Almost. There you go.
Have it on Google Earth.
So
too.
he's
So this one.
talking about
He's saying that that will be.
just
blocking.
below the number 3 and then over there.
This is it, right?
No,
And there's some additional foliage there too, just below the designator number 3.
Mhm. I see it, yeah, thank you.
Sure.
Yeah.
looks like
Just
chaparral or something.
One. Yes, that is the site. We want to zoom in and zoom in. Yes, right here. Okay, show it up on the screen. She's got a Google Earth. So this is the site. That's the building and the other structure barn. And then you can see that's the road right in there.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's an RV there that you see between the larger trees.
Right.
And that's past the southerly barn, right?
That is approximately where the southerly, yes. But was it
Where the barn, the second barn, the southerly barn is gonna go.
right where the cursor is right along that ridge. So you see the number of trees to where the cursor is pointing is the RV.
Mhm.
So there's a tree to the north. No, come to the, I guess the southwest direction with your cursor. Okay, north, you go up the page.
Up.
Do you want to point at it? South and north.
So you're talking about here.
Who's directing the ship? Yes, right. So the barns will be located in that general area. It's to the right along the existing roadway or driveway. Yeah, there you go.
I saw this laying here and I thought, what is she using this for?
It's fault.
So this is the southern barn and then the northern barn's up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ryan Gershenson, the owners, I think he's got his hand up. He would like to speak.
Okay.
There you go.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Thank you all for allowing me to comment. Tony did a great job, but just to clarify, the camper that's there is something that is disappearing and hopefully never to be in my life again. I think I'm over staying in campers when I'm up there. The southerly barn is going to go exactly where the camper is. So that camper is going to leave. And that is also why I know that the slope there is not necessarily exactly what the topo says, because we have had a camper parked there for a little while for storage and intermittent camping use as approved by the county. So that is the area, and it specifically is set up to use the oak trees down the hill, which are very large, mature to screen, but also why we are going to put another oak tree on the same side of that road in front of the camper between where the camper location is and the garage. So we get some more screening from that end. The other location is, between those two trees, there is a small gap we feel in screening, which is why we have proposed that new oak tree behind it down the hill. So as that grows up, obviously will take some time, but that will better screen that barn from our neighbors. I wish I didn't have to put these on the ridge line, but I have to because of the building envelope that we've been.
We got it. Thank you for your explanation.
Of course.
Okay,
Okay.
The motion
There's a
happened.
motion.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was discussion.
and there was a
so-
second.
Second.
All in
Yes.
favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Thank you.
Real quick, were there any comments on this for final or just return with, or this was final?
That was
That
final.
was
Ed.
final.
Yep,
Yeah,
no,
thank-
we're done, but thank you for asking.
Got it. Thanks.
Thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate it.
Thank
You bet.
Okay, item number 3, 25 bar 59 Buttonwood Ranch Ag Structures Exterior Alterations.
I built that pond in my 20s.
I know, right?
Right, good morning, everyone. My name is Tony Schoenhart with Anacap Architecture. I'm the design director there. And what we'll be presenting today are exterior improvements for 4 existing buildings on site at 1500 Alamo Pintado. This is the site, as you can see, lovely. We can go to the next couple of pages here. So keep going. So this page shows the proposed scope of work. These are all existing structures. Alamo Pintado would be along the left side of the page there. So we're looking at modifying the exterior materials for the tasting room, what we're calling the lower agricultural barn, the upper agricultural barn, and existing wine production building.
So the upper agricultural barn is the one labeled agricultural storage.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Keep going.
Keep going. This next one is just to zoom in, so we can probably skip that. It's
Yep.
hard to read, my apologies. So looking at the existing conditions, you want to go to the next page? Thank you, that's helpful. So mostly painted structures, quite kind of, unkept. They've kind of been in disrepair for quite some time. If you go to the next page. Great, so this is the view from Alamo Pintado. Buildings are set back from the road. Tasting would be on the left side and that lower agricultural barn on the right. For the next page, please. Here you see it's painted, aged roofs, a little bit of kind of a tired feeling, I would call it. And then lastly, we have the upper wine production building, as we're calling it. Again, mostly painted wood, and it's a manufactured wood cladding, actually. This particular building, with bonderized metal roof. And then this is the upper agricultural storage barn. So proposed materials. So we're proposing a consistent palette for all the buildings, at least the 3 kind of agricultural barns. So the 2 agricultural barns and the tasting room, we want to have a consistency to them. So what we're proposing is a natural cedar cladding, untreated, just left as is, and then a corrugated metal roof that will be allowed to patina to kind of take on that more natural rustic feeling. And as you can see in the right-hand image, we love this kind of more muted palette, right? As you see with a lot of these kind of more agrarian structures around here, they just blend in with the landscape, particularly this time of year, as you can imagine, these nice barns. You go to the next page, please. So here we have left and right. This is the tasting room. The minor improvements are obviously recladding both the roof and the vertical siding, the vertical siding being that cedar, and then minor modifications to the openings. So just making some larger openings so that as you approach the building, you can actually see into the tasting room, something which is challenging today with those smaller windows. The footprint is left exactly the same. It's simply a recladding project. This is just an overlay of the existing versus proposed. So with that, this is the lower agricultural barn. Existing condition, as you can see here, quite small openings, again, not as inviting. And obviously it's indicative of its previous use. As you can tell, there were horses in the left side here. And then some future additions over the years have been added onto the structure. So here, just looking for a more consistent feeling, relating back to the tasting room, creating larger openings, again, leading into more agrarian detailing with these large barn doors, so that you can see kind of through the building, creates a little bit of a layering, visual intrigue to the existing condition. And then cleaning up some of the roof lines on that right-hand portion of the structure. This is what we're calling the upper agricultural barn. It's the same material palette again, just recladding. One difference here is we're enclosing the structure. Right now it's only enclosed on 3 sides, so to make it functional as a storage barn, we are enclosing it, which if you go to the next slide, you'll see. Oh, sorry, one more. So here you can see we're just essentially cladding that side and creating some doors so that it's a functional storage facility. Right now, it's not particularly weatherproof. And then lastly, here with the wine storage facility, it's a very large building, the existing building is. So we're looking for a slightly more economical approach. So if you go one more slide, we're proposing painting the structure. So just leaving the existing materials as is, not altering the footprint, but using this Benjamin Moore graphite is what we're proposing. And it would be similar to, but not exactly like the next page, just as reference imagery. So something that can kind of fall back into the landscape. It's more of a secondary structure, really just, you know, a very kind of like useful building that we're hoping just kind of fades back into the landscape up there. I guess we'll open it to questions. Thank you.
I just have a question. I mean, this is just a little detail, but I'm always curious. When you're doing the cedar siding and you've got a long vertical, are there any horizontal seams?
Yes, there would have to be horizontal seams.
Right, and how is that
Excuse me.
treated?
In this scenario, we're going to stagger them as you would imagine. So we're going to try to hide those seams. The tasting room, the smaller structures won't need to. They're quite low in height, but with the lower agricultural barn, as you're probably referencing, we would have those staggered seams. So just try to hide them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you touch on the character and material of the doors and windows?
Sure.
What you're thinking?
Yeah. So if you go maybe to those earlier ones, so likely what we're looking at is using an aluminum twin window system just for practical purposes. But in most instances, so for example, in the agricultural building, that lower one, where we have barn doors, those window systems would essentially be able to be closed. So oftentimes from the road, what you'd be observing is simply barn doors. So it would look very kind of like traditional, I think, in many respects. And then as you get closer, leaning into a darker, actually, this is a good reference on the right. So that's an aluminum window system compared with more agrarian materials.
Similar dark color to that image?
Yeah, it would be a darker color.
And there's no landscape improvements as a part of this?
At this time, no. The client has recently engaged with a landscape designer, so forthcoming improvements, I would assume.
What, on that building that has the roof monitors, what were those for historically?
Oh, the wine production
Winery.
building, is that the one you're referencing? I believe traditionally those were used for venting purposes. They're not functional or used today. Most of that is mechanically vented through various means. So those monitors aren't necessary at this time.
Are the windows now wooden?
This building doesn't have any windows.
Oh.
As you can see.
Good question.
Walked into that trap.
It's a very practical building, this one. Yeah.
The tasting room building.
Oh, tasting room, my apologies.
No.
The tasting room windows do have window systems.
And they're wooden.
Keep going.
Was the tasting room originally, a residence?
The history of this tasting room?
No.
I don't believe it
It
was.
was
I think
designed
it
by
was
Gunning
designed.
Isaacson.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's quite small. It's
That was
only
it.
on
Oh.
7.
Was it always a tasting room?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
There is an existing residential building on the premise. We're not touching that at this time. There's no plans to.
And the existing winery building will remain a production facility?
That's my understanding at this time.
Okay.
And the only improvements you're intending on the winery production facility is the change of paint color. Okay, nothing to the roof or,
Sorry, if you can go to that slide, you mentioned the roof monitors. So we were proposing to remove the roof monitors and then patch and repair that roof just to clean up that aesthetic.
with the same material?
Same material, so that's a bondrized metal.
Right.
Yeah, so we were just.
You're not painting the roof?
We were proposing to paint the roof. Bondrized material is intended to be painted, actually. So right now, there's some unfortunate aging because you shouldn't really leave it unpainted, in fact. So we're proposing to use it for its intended purpose and paint that over it.
So the whole building becomes that nice.
We'll have an accent. If you go one more page, sorry, what page are we on now? Sorry, go all the way to the bottom. I think it's page 27. Up one. So here you can see we're looking at some slight accent colors, just so it's not, we still like how we have the red, obviously accents, gives a little bit of a pop, but just way more subtle. This is a little bit in your face, I think, for what it is.
Okay, so Benjamin, so the first two gray color blocks are actually the same color?
Well, they say
So
graphite.
I apologize, the accents should not say Benjamin Graphite.
Okay, so it is as the colors depicted, not as the text. No, it's fine. I just want to make sure I'm tracking.
That's great.
And in all fairness to you, the roof monitors are noted as to being removed.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Okay.
Good,
And the other old barn is structurally sound enough that you can just reclad it?
That's what I've been told at this time.
Okay.
Yeah. I know.
Not our purview.
Not our
Yeah,
purview.
not my purview either.
I just been in that barn a lot. It's
Oh,
like-
yeah,
That's rough.
It's a little rough. Okay.
Okay,
So all the buildings will maintain their current uses, or are you changing the uses?
no change in use.
Can we go back to the existing lower barn? The lower,
this is still a question, right?
yes, I
Okay.
just wanna see the difference in
No, it's fine.
there, that's.
Oh, is it this one?
Okay,
This
Yeah,
one?
between the two,
so the barn on the right, the small
shed.
The short
shed,
shed.
that's open on one side, I believe, is that gonna remain like that? And then can we go to the tasting room?
Scroll up.
Well, the siding on these buildings will be cedar.
Cedar, correct. Mhm.
This just looks looks like it was vertical corrugated metal, but it's actually the cedar with the,
In the reference
Yeah.
image,
Yeah.
it is corrugated. So what we're proposing, if you want to go to page 12, please. So we're proposing the siding would be the two images
Not that
on the
corrugated.
left,
Right,
and then the roof would be akin to the image on the right.
that's what I'm thinking.
but not the siding
Pulling
on the
those
right.
together.
Right,
Yeah,
got it.
yeah.
It was a little confusing when I looked at it too. I had to go,
We're proposing.
wait a
it's-
second.
it's so unique, yeah, there's no
You have to read the
project out there
footnotes.
yet.
And it looks like you're changing paving, some paving as well, or? just-
That's not under the scope of work
Okay,
this
so
time, no.
that's just a depiction. of
So you're
Yeah,
just
It's
doing-
just a reference. image,
You're just
yeah,
doing the buildings.
Yeah, just the. requirement.
That's all that's under this right now. Okay, all right.
Correct.
Thanks.
Any other questions? All right, public comment.
So we do have two, so we'll start with Joanne Cutzel. Do you want to come up to the front?
And this is your microphone. So project.
Okay, we're residents, the back up to Buttonwood.
Would you like me to tell you what our purview is?
Sure.
Okay, our purview, like I said, is, we're a design review board. So we're looking at the mass of the buildings, we look at site planning, we look at all that kind of stuff. We do not look at traffic, events, other things covered by the, planning commission purview or anything like that. So if you want to talk about that, knock yourself out, but our purview is actually really limited in scope.
Okay.
Okay, so if you can, it helps us if you address your comments within that.
And please correct me if I get off track, because I want to
Let you do that.
meet
You wanna
your
do your
needs.
timer?
Yes.
Okay, the only things that concern me,
Okay.
quotes, at this time, because I'm looking to the future. So I don't know, the choice of words, choice of roofs, fine. But when I see change of windows, large scale changes, I think, and to my mind, change of use inside. And at this time, concerns me because if we're changing the windows, we're gonna be changing the use in the future.
Okay.
That's what I see.
Okay.
And are the egg barns still gonna be used as egg barns? Or only at this time?
They don't have to answer you.
Oh,
so.
they don't have to. That's my question, very good. So, I don't know, and my question is, are there gonna be living quarters involved? in this?
Added, okay, so I can tell you right now that according to the project description, all we are reviewing the project for, and we review the projects that's in front of us, okay? It's renovations, exterior renovations to existing winery structures, tasting room winery, and agricultural structures. So right now, we're not talking about the house that exists on the.
But we don't have a change of use.
At this time.
At this time.
Yes, and this would not be the board to which a change of use would go, right?
Correct.
It would go to the planning commission.
Okay.
All right, so, my strong suggestion is that if you have your email address and want to add it, we can take it down and make sure that your email information is given to, you were noticed, obviously, about this hearing. But if you, can contact the planner, which is actually listed here, you can either phone or email, the planner, and you can ask to be put on a notification list, and then you will be notified of any hearing or anything. So if a proposed change of use does occur as part of this, say suddenly they want to change the stables into something else, or they want to perform a different service, or they want to change their number of events that are allowed under their permit, any of those kinds of things. And I have no knowledge, right?
No, I know.
I'm just saying that if any of those things
I just
happen.
see this as a foot in the door. Because nobody does all this exterior without a next step. That's what I see.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for your comments. Next.
This one is Sepola, and then.
Thank you.
How do you, no,
Okay, all right. Anyone else? Okay, all right, just want to make sure. All right, we're good. And the same comment goes for you folks too. If you look at the agenda, the planner's email is on there. And if you contact the planner either by phone or email, they can make sure that you're on a notification list. Because the noticing only goes to a small portion, so there may be other people in the area. So if you let them know that that's how they can get on the noticing as well. Okay? All right. So, board comments.
Bethany, am I able to respond?
Yes, absolutely. Come on up, Brett.
So I'm Brett Jones, local land use planner, and I know you're concerned about at this time, and I know there was an article that came out a few years ago, previous ownership. With the adoption of the Ag Enterprise Ordinance, which happened this year in January, we are looking at future activities and changes. We haven't decided on what those are. Those will be noticed, neighbors will get noticed, and we'll have, public meetings. You'll have opportunities to, review plans, chime in, question, challenge, appeal, all of those things. So I just wanted to make that clear that, at this time, we haven't solidified any of those plans. Certainly not gonna do what was in that article, which talked about, 60 housing units or something. That's not happening. So, not trying to appease any concerns, just letting you know and being forthright that, when we do come forward with whatever changes we propose, the owners decide to try, that will all be a public.
And it will go to the planning department, it'll go to probably the planning commission.
Right.
And there's lots of layers of things that have to occur for that.
Correct.
And as he mentioned, there's going to be ample opportunity, most likely, for you to chime in with your thoughts and concerns and criticisms and whatever. We're often the first stop. We deal with this a lot, so.
I see the reasons for the
Yep.
here, but I also see step one.
And as Brett has mentioned, it seems like this is step one, so. Okay, all right, any comments?
Yeah, I have. I'm just, lovely elevations, et cetera, but I'm disappointed to see, an iconic historic kind of landmark along Alamo Furtado dissolve into, kind of a modern structure. It reminds me of the Braden Mating Winery. And, I would love to see more of the historic, kind of warmth and character somehow be translated into the next steps. I just think it's a really significant landmark on Alamo Furtado, and I would like to see part of that stay somehow.
Are we allowed to agree?
You can smile and do whatever you want, but yeah, sadly, public comments closed. I need to get my board's comments.
I think that the architectural character is nice and the proposed changes make it neither a foreground or a background building. And I think that's the kind of character that you want on a place like Alamo Furtado. I think by preserving the mass of the buildings, you're not inherently changing the historical character in a irreversible way. And I support the changes.
Okay, but
I mean, I guess time goes by, and I do think there is a certain appeal and for people who live in the valley or come visit that that kind of Napa creep where things get a certain touch that is sort of emulated again and again. And I have no opposition to the style necessarily, but I think it just could be nuanced. It's pretty, it's a good solid solution.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when I look at this photo and there's sort of a sublime quality to it, I'd like to see that character, that feeling brought forth both architecturally and in the landscape that, just adds the agricultural corridor between Los Olivos and Solvang, I think is a very important component of our community. Just like to see a little more sensitivity to that. But if this is the way buildings are going in 2025, it just feels a little knee jerk to me. So, but I'm fine with it.
Thank you. interesting that Denise brought up the historic value of the buildings. So just on a personal note, when I decided to buy a property along Alamo Pintado, I realized that Alamo Pintado is really the only major thoroughfare in the valley that kind of snakes through the agricultural community there. And the historic buildings like this property was the attractant that brought me to that area. It's, if you think about Refugio, it's a straight shot. This is the only really important corridor, I think, that I love, and I can see why people will be upset with changing that. And the comments by Buck and Denise, and you know, it is kind of a Napa Creek, although I appreciate that look. I think this is more important to maintain the historic nature of that road and the buildings along it.
Okay. I 110% agree with my colleagues. Thank you, Denise. I was thinking Braven Maiden. I did notice on the drawing that the right part of the roof continued straight down. I would prefer all of the other buildings updated. I'm totally fine with that. I do really feel that that barn is significant, and I would like to see it remain in the exact style that it is, perhaps painted and zhuzhed up a little bit, but it is very important, and I do drive by it all the time, and I do enjoy how it looks, and would really like to see it remain that way.
Okay. It seems that the consensus of the board comments is that there's some inherent character, local character, and I responded to this most strongly with the roof lines. Chris's comment about this structure, and if you go back to the tasting room, is that up? Keep going. Keep going. No, down. I'm sorry, I was going the wrong way. Thank you. One more. Keep going. Keep going. I want the proposed side by side. Keep going. Right there.
14.
This jumped out at me. It's a very little difference, but this building has a quaintness and a character that is specific to this building. This could be anywhere.
With no chimney.
Yeah, but this, because it has that, it has some really kind of idiosyncratic nature to it, and same with the barn. I think you should, there's obviously, there isn't really much pushback, I'm thinking, and getting from the board. The modern take and the materials, I think we can work with, we're kind of okay with, but I think you're sacrificing too much of the character to make it anywhere, kind of. I think if you dig down and really look at the character of these buildings and how they've been used, and that translates, I think, even into your openings, to the different ways in which you're doing it. And yeah, that tight, narrow door, I get it. I've been there many times, going in that little door. So I can understand the desire to kind of, if nothing else, visually increase the penetration of the tasting room, if not the actual physicality of it. So I think there's some ways, though, that you can meld the two and really come back with it. So I think the gist of our comments is really pay attention to the form and the character of the existing structures. And it's not just the tasting room and the lower barn, but even the very rough, rickety barn storage facility, and even the winery building. It's got some real character to it, you know? for such a building with no windows. I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, where do you go from there? But, but I think you've got a lot of good things that you can work with, on this site. That said, and I think Lowell was the only, maybe Puck were only the really ones who really went into it, and you did mention that your client is in talks with, someone who's doing landscape design. We need to see that. We're really gonna need to see the landscape plan, because I think a lot of what you're proposing needs to really fit in with it. And this is just something that gets me in general. I wanna say, I really appreciated the next slide where you superimposed existing. It was really easy to see what was changed. That was great. That's a great tool. But on your elevations, and I know it's mostly flat in those places, but when you put in trees and stuff, could you please at least try and respond to the trees that are actually there? There's a wonderful persimmon to the left of that front. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that, so just kind of a little more sense of place is what I'm asking for. And those are my comments. Did I get everybody's kind of summed up? Okay, all right. So I think you've got a lot of comments to work with. We'd love to see you come back with your architecture as well as the landscape plan. Okay, all right. I think that's it.
So will he come back for further conceptual?
Yes, absolutely. And just to be clear to folks here, this project, we are not taking any action. Conceptual review is just that, it's a review. So as opposed to the first two projects where we actually voted and took an action, there is no action for conceptual review, and they're going to return for further conceptual review. So when they come back next time, we're going to be seeing what else they've come up with, what further steps they've taken on their design.
Per our comments.
Hopefully, yes.
What is the SCD permit?
Brett?
I'm sorry.
What's an SCD permit?
Substantial conformity determination.
Ah,
So from the original winery development plan, any changes to the exterior, now that's not related to the barns, it's only related to the wine tasting room and the wine production building. Any changes to those require the SCD.
Got it, thank you.
Change of use, is that?
No, substantial conformity determination.
Making sure it's jiving
With the current permit.
Yeah.
That there isn't a change of use. Okay, all right. Thank you very much. We're ready to have Chris go over the minutes with us.
All right, let me share my screen. The minutes we have are pretty much just for the last one.
Yep.
There we go, share.
You don't need to stay.
No, you folks can take off. This is the boring part. This is where you make the sausage.
So these are the minutes I took. These are kind of the specific ones as people were discussing it, and then these are more of the summary at the end.
That's fine. We'll help you sort them all out. Okay.
Did you get Andrew's comments? Because he
did, number 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So let's see if we can come up with
You can combine 1 and 3 as a start somehow.
Can I say thank you?
Yeah, thank
Sure.
you. Have a good weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, so for example, the board would like to see the project keep the existing historic character. Changes could be more nuanced, so that the existing site feel persists.
What about keep the existing historic character by implementing more nuance into design?
Okay, there we go.
I like it.
Okay, so the board, yeah. Is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so number 3 can go away? We're good?
Yes.
All right. So, let's
Is that
see.
true? For number 4, I think I said
Yeah,
that
good.
it's iconic somewhere. That whole, the barn, that site.
Maybe start off by saying the site's iconic.
No,
Not the site, the
not the
barn,
site.
the building.
Barn.
Buildings.
So number 2 could be, well, you change number 4 to be number 2.
Wait, change number 4 to be number 2?
Grab number 4 and put it second.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's all.
so, the barn is an iconic structure in the valley. And this significance should be respected.
Sure.
Yeah.
I said it was a landmark. Or respect the significance.
How do you want to change it? I just threw something out.
No, I was just flipping it around verbally. like-
Sure.
Say the significance of the barn.
Which is an iconic structure in the valley, should be respected.
I was just gonna make it more active and say, respect the significance of the iconic character of the barn in the context of the Alamo Pintado corridor.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's good.
And that captures Lowell's comment.
Yeah.
In the Alamo Pintado corridor.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In the plan, specific plan that was adopted, you know.
Yeah.
There's a reference to the Alamo Pintado corridor, and I think that's important, that
Mm-hmm.
their design states. in
So that, how about moving your comment number 4 to number 3? I want to end with Andrew's comment about the architecture is where I'm going with this.
Sure. And why?
Because
Do we
I
think
want to
we
come
need,
back to materials.
do we think
Yeah,
we need number 4, or can it be combined with number 3? It
I'm
talks about
gonna,
the,
I like to have a double path.
I think that the first,
So we're
the number
super
2 is
clear.
talking about the barn,
touch the
and we
barn.
want to now talk about the whole thing. So what was it?
Well, I think the Alamo Pintado corridor is an important part
Yeah.
of that property being in that district, you know, this is a noted district in the general plan that was amended about the valley, you know.
What can we say that we said? How can we describe what we actually said?
Linguistic.
Puck, you want to take a chance?
What's wrong with
What you
how it's
have.
written?
Yes, aren't we,
I feel like that captures what.
aren't we okay?
Yes, okay, that's
Yeah.
fine then. So number 3 is fine. So number 6 can go away.
And I would suggest that you could tack on the materials to my comment too.
Yeah,
Architectural character and materials
Yeah.
are
yeah.
I hate the word nice.
acceptable.
Okay,
Why don't you just say acceptable for both the character and
Yeah.
materials?
Architectural character and materials are
Thank
acceptable.
you.
Isn't it?
it's R, not it. Yeah, he's getting there. Okay, give him a minute.
Sometimes I have to think.
And then I think you could take, some members support the changes, because I think we can say, because we've just said and then we can say proposed materials instead of some members support the changes, let's put proposed materials are acceptable. Will that work?
It's in number 5 though.
Yeah, it's already there.
alternatives.
Yeah, but it's in conflict.
Okay.
Are we saying the entire board supports the architectural character?
Nope, then take out the proposed materials are acceptable.
Well, the materials, I don't
mind
have
the
issues
materials,
with the
it's
materials.
the style.
Well, then just say on number 5, you can lead off with some board members
Yeah,
said.
Wouldn't we have to say that on all of them then?
I try not.
I didn't disagree with anything that.
No, I think there was a consensus about the materials, but not so much the
Oh.
architectural character. That's what
Yeah.
we're
All right,
getting
well,
here.
then you can uncouple
So
it.
take out architectural character and say
Yeah,
materials
Materials
are
are-
acceptable.
mhm.
right.
And just take out the rest of that.
You just take out architecture and character
Take just,
and some
everything,
board members.
yep. And then the and too. Yep.
Just lead off with materials.
Got it.
But we all agreed no $80 tasting fees, right?
Can feel it coming.
Andrew, were you okay with the modern look, or was that, I could have misheard you on that too? I think that's what I meant by the some board members.
Yeah, I wanna come around to that again. So I'm still not comfortable with this. So the materials are acceptable. Preserving the mass of buildings that do not change the historical character in an
Sure,
irreversible
yes.
way.
Yeah,
So then we're just talking about the
yes,
materials.
yeah, that's a good way of saying the same thing.
Mhm.
Does that include the comment I made about the roof line on the barn?
Gonna get to that.
Okay.
Or actually, I think that's covered. We could amplify comment number 1.
It does need to be stated, I think.
Okay, so then, so at the end of that comment, yeah, right after that, the, well, it actually needs to be a separate comment, doesn't it? Because, we were talking about the actual roof lines and the character. Where should we put that in the?
Couldn't it be keep the existing historic character by implementing more nuance into the design, in particular, roof lines and overall building massing?
Sure.
Okay. So at the end,
I'm okay with it having a separate line too, don't you think?
okay,
Yeah, instead of melding it together, because then it gets confusing.
I know, it was, I realized that,
Okay.
that's becoming
Part, okay, but into the design,
Because
particularly. How did you finish your comment?
The roof
He just-
line.
Well, it's just, no, because to Chris's, it's becoming a paragraph, not a sentence. So we need to say period and then start a new sentence.
Period, okay. For example, retention of roof
Maintain-
lines.
Yeah, maintain existing roof lines.
Of roof lines.
I just say roof lines,
Roof line,
because
okay.
it was across
All roof
lots
lines.
of them, yeah.
Okay.
And then we need to see a landscape plan.
How about the second sentence in number 3? Modern look can be appreciated, but should be limited. So we're saying that they can take that modern look and use it.
I think we're taking
But we're also saying that we should maintain the existing character.
What I said was,
Conflicting, I think.
yes, but that actually does kind of reflect in a lot of ways what I was saying, which is that you need to find a happy medium between these two ideas.
Mhm. I think it's after, in number 1, say, building design should maintain existing roof lines. Period.
Okay.
Could you repeat that for me?
Building design should maintain existing roof lines. Because I think that's really to the point.
Even to the cupolas on the winery production facility,
I
which
like those.
nobody,
Nobody can
We
see
didn't
them.
say it, but I liked them.
But can anyone see those?
and
No.
Those back buildings.
I don't know about the neighbors up on top if they can see them, but
You can, some people can see them, but.
I don't know if it's that.
but it wasn't, we didn't express support for the removal. We didn't say they shouldn't be removed.
But if we say maintain roof line, then we're covering ourselves.
Well, that can be construed to be all the buildings, and that wasn't what we said, is where I'm going. Because I specifically spoke about the.
With the exception of cupola, production cupolas.
I think we're getting into too many details. I think we
Yeah.
were just
Yeah.
talking about that the building should have that historic
At least the lower.
agrarian character.
I felt comfortable with, for example, retention of the roof lines, because I think that
Yeah.
captures it, and
Yeah.
so we
okay.
could probably take.
I think the doors, the windows, all of that, were being sanitized in those drawings, so,
It's also, I don't care about this.
This is my point, can we take out building design should maintain existing roof lines out of the first comment and just let it be captured in number
Yes.
5? Okay. And I think,
and they'll just.
does this on balance capture what we said, even though there's an inherent tension? Because our comments did have some
Right.
that tension.
Yes.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, we're good?
Mhm.
All right, thank you, Chris, that was very difficult. Thank you for adapting on the fly, we appreciate
Put up
it.
with this.
Happy to do it. Thank you for going over it with me.
No worries.
Thank you.
Okay,
Buck, you had something to drop in?
Yeah, I have a very broad question. Just about these dark buildings. When that one is sitting up there, just completely exposed. And when it's like 110,
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Isn't-
130 inside.
isn't it
Right,
just,
Color
you're just
palette.
attracting a lot of heat for no real reason?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's
It just
dramatic.
seems really, it's like that Japanese wood that's already like pre-burned.
right.
Yeah.
I have a friend who has a barn way out in the middle of nowhere in Santa Maria, and it's this burned barn.
Nice.
I'm really uncomfortable in that building.
Natural
This
selection.
is not a field that I want to go for out here. Anyway,
I move for adjournment.
Second,
Second.
motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Well, that's how you can use green.
That was only 3.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks,
That's why
Chris.
grass is green, right?
Right.